It was a loss, and that was MSC.
Oh, pain. But let's jump into this, right? Because again, we're looking at a composition that wants to fight as a team, that wants to punish the mistakes coming out from GMXK. If GMXK plays clean and looks for openings, I think they can do this.
It's possible, but it's not gonna be simple. We'll find out what happens, because right now TODAK one victory away from finding a clean sweep to raise their rankings on the board. GMXK still looking for their first victory. Let's find out what happens.
And the bigger question is also, who can survive getting dragged back by a dream?
Logically.
With
vengeance.
That's the only person who can do it. I don't know, because again, I think that Maima on this Angela, it's so dependent on people doing well in their lanes, because who else are you realistically going to use that hard guard on? Like, yeah, sure, you can double down on Jaja, but if he gets hit by the Divine Judgment, there's nothing you can do to protect him.
Not to mention the damage reduction from Dreams too. You already are running like very dependent on damage, and every single time Dreams hits you, you do lesser. Also kind of takes away the value of the hard card, right? Staying alive is not enough.
Yep, it really isn't enough. Times if I'm trying to freeze the wave. Why do you want to freeze the wave right now? There's kind of no point to freezing the wave.
Perhaps want to put Maima like in front of his turret, so
I mean, I guess, but like, no matter what, you're not going to outpush Matnins and Maima in this particular matchup. Like, there's just no way you have any control over the lane. You just want to sustain for as long as possible, hit level 4 alongside with Dreams, and I think that Dreams should definitely be roaming way more than he is right now.
I agree. I don't think it's that Zion is freezing. I think it's just that he's avoiding interacting, and so he's letting the wave crash later in. Zion is up top to help out Fondir a little bit, but we know nothing's gonna happen in this lane.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Zion Senpoi is not gonna have enough mana when he hits level 4 unless he goes for a recall after clearing these waves so heavily, right? He hits level 4 on time.
Oh! And the flicker forward with the brilliance. Couldn't keep him alive. Zion Senpoi picks up first blood. Turtle dropping very low. Jaja will secure it thanks to Munster, keeping Zion away and even getting the kill.
Yeah, Dreams didn't even have to hit level 4, which is probably why he wasn't roaming all this time, right? He's just helping Zion Senpoi to make sure that he doesn't have to expend too much mana before getting into these fights.
Well, thankfully GMSK still got the turtle, and they got a kill onto Zion too, without the help of the hard guard. Right? So it's like, it's a decent trade. I think GMSK don't mind it, because at the end of the day, Angela, she just needs to hit level 4.
Now they're going to slow down the pace of the game. They're all dependent for the side of TODAK, but it feels like right now they don't have to necessarily push for an advantage. I think that TODAK, at least for Zion, should be looking to contest every single creep down by the riverside, and then look for some of the smaller creeps as well. Like, force Jaja to use his retribution as early as possible, bait a reaction out of GMXK, and then maybe there's an opportunity that you can set up for Zion Senpoi and Dreams to one-shot the target that Maima looks the hard guard.
Yeah, TODAK can definitely afford to be a little bit more aggro, especially in the bottom half of the map right now, since they know there's not a lot GMX can do to stop it with an Angela mid. Curtain Call comes out on Zion Senpoi. Brilliant's going to be used defensively as well. Nothing's gonna happen here.
Unlucky. If we tie it up to Dreams, maybe that would have been a solo kill, but didn't happen, which is fine. You still got the Brilliance out. Jaja getting spotted out by Zai and Fondir too, so good rotation, good awareness from TODAK to stop the steal, as they say.
Yeah, I think that GMXK have to play the map at this point, right? If they go for neutral objectives, it's pretty unwinnable. They can't really force out the priority only through mid, but if they go to the bottom side, it's just too hard.
Sort of a dead lane too at the bottom, unless MQT makes like a massive mistake and gets solo killed by Lo Liao. He should be fine. I mean, Lo Liao is definitely holding the wave. You can see him freezing that minion wave, and he had Dreams around too. So just like game 1, MQT is basically getting outlaned by Lo Liao.
I mean, we all knew this was going to happen with the Kimmy Gold, right? Matdin's now in some trouble. Hardguard gonna pop out on top of Munster. Revitalize also gonna top Matdin's up.
What?
Right now, GMX in control of the lore. Zayed gonna get tied up with the curtain call to Foundier. Right into the AOG. That's the combo we're talking about. And they are going down! GMXK secures the turtle and picks up 2 kills.
Perfectly executed from GMSK. TODAK caught lacking a little bit, just standing together Remember, Monster did get the first kill of the game. A CC that is a hit is a scary hero to deal with. Not to mention with the hard guard on top of him, it's a buy one free one, just like what would happen if Dreams drags a target with the hard guard. But TODAK, they don't have the damage just yet. They need Lo Liao and Zyme to be participating with items. So GMSK, they are taking that window to get ahead. It's a more than 2k goal lead in the top tier 1.
The difference maker right now is that GMXK has some very clear combos that they can work with, and not to mention that Maima is still pretty relevant in the earlier stages of the game. If that isn't enough sustained with at least those love taps from Martins, hold
They
on.
got a Divine Judgment. Hardguard comes out on Martin.
No
Keeps him
way.
alive long enough to AOG out from 3 people.
That is unlucky from GMSK. Previously, we would have said that this is good for TODAK because hard guard has long cooldown, but it's just 20 seconds, so...
It's really, really short. Maima can just basically spam it. And don't forget, Martins also has Revitalize when it's off of cooldown in these bigger fights, especially from early to mid game. That's where it's relevant. Late game, probably not.
I think if TODAK can just stall it out a bit and let Lo Liao plus Giant Senpai get their items, they should be able to deal with GMSK. Again, that Divine Judgment is going to really have even higher value. Lo Liao gets ganked.
Ooh, Phantom Execution misses. Lo Liao able to walk away. GMXK more than aware of the fact that this carry will become a big problem in the late game if they let him farm too much. So they're trying to apply pressure there. But so far, Lo Liao doing a good job of keeping himself safe.
Actually getting close to Lo Liao, the later the game goes, it will get harder too with the amount of peel that TODAK can provide. We know that as a Fredrin, if you fall behind early in the early game, it's like, whoopsie, but just give me some time. When I get my items, I will still be able to frontline as long as I can keep getting my energy points up. And that will be the case for Zai. He's slightly behind, but eventually he'll be able to soak up the damage.
Well, Jaja on a turtle once again. Heart Guard gonna be used on Munster in advance. Zayed locked down with the traction pulse. Feels bad for him. Meanwhile, Zyme Senpai murders Martins in the mid lane, but Zayed gonna fall as well. This CC combo, bit too difficult to handle.
It also helps that Munsters is 3-0-1 now. He was already somewhat winning lane. He was going even against Munsters, but every time they team fight, Munsters is walking away alive, healthy, and with an extra goal surge to his economy.
Bondir and Zyme Senpai from behind. Heartguard comes out just in time, but Zyme jumps in. Brilliance also keeps him alive against the tower, and they find a Divine Judgment on Munster. That's a shutdown going to Dreams.
And that's exactly how TODAK wants to play this game. If GMXK whiffs on the engage, TODAK's clapback is so much harder. Keep in mind, Zyme has not died yet. He's been scaling so well.
And that's a tempo breaker to stop GMSK from getting any further ahead. We saw 2 hard guards in that short sequence. The one at Turtle leading down to the bottom lane, but the fact that TODAK, Zyme Senpai, Deathless, Lo Liao continues to free farm and now eats a double wave mid. Even when we look at the items, the moment Lo Liao hits his Trinity, he is going to shred through whoever GMSK has.
Right now, I think that Munsters is going to be the biggest problem for TODAK's side. If these fights don't end decisively, it's really hard to play.
Dreams going in. Nice dodge from Jaja. Avoids the Divine Judgment, but will lose his buff.
It's going to be Zyme Senpai that claims it too. He pushed Jaja out of the jungle, and now Dreams, he has the fleeting time first item. So these fights are not easy.
Munster gets Divine Judgment and into the tower. Heartguard comes in to keep him alive. Zayed looking to re-engage on top of Martins as well. Falling Star Moon unfortunately will miss, but they find the Gatot.
Okay.
Now I'm going to reduce the cooldown on the fleeting time. So TODAK, they can spring into action again if JMSK are caught lacking. Mid tier 1 goes down, but JMSK, they do trade the bottom tier 1. Jaja on the top side of the map and trying to play the macro to make sure that TODAK responds.
Jaja wants to go in on Lo Liao, but he's surrounded now. 1v2. Jaja in some trouble. Dashes through Zayed. Heartguard being considered. He's still taking a very dangerous pathing. Heartguard gonna come in, keep him alive. Lo Liao still looking for the chase. Jaja still alive, and now Munster's coming in to join the party. Kurt Call goes in, forces out the flicker from Lo Liao. Zyme Senpai comes in from behind. He's 1v4 though. He's gonna get caught out. Shutdown going to MQT. Zyme Senpai finishes off the Lancelot. Mega kill going over. Revitalize, keeping GMX buried alive, and Lo Liao gets caught in the AOG. GMXK chases him down. MQT coming online with the double kill. Bondir and Zayed, the only ones left standing.
But
Revitalized diff, what can I say?
yeah, some solo kill moments, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Zyme Senpai. Oof. Big oof there. He just got chain CC to the ground. He couldn't go into his brilliance. He still had the flicker available. So again, no excuses. He should have been able to get out of there.
I mean, good on Martins, right? Getting the pixel perfect taunt too. Zion was about to get away with murder, and that could have been a lord for TODAK, but doesn't seem possible now, and Zion is held back.
Right now, a fight's going to be happening once again. Skirmish happens. Jaja secures the Lord. They will sacrifice Martins as he is surrounded, and that's certainly a worthy trade.
I think for now, the question is whether GMXK is going to be able to maintain this lead. The longer this game goes, it actually gets significantly better from TODAK on every single angle. I don't think that Fondir is going to die anytime soon to basically anybody other than Munsters, and even then, there is the condition that Munsters needs to be fully stacked on the War Axe to get the extra bit of true damage. From Dreams aside, I think right now, it's just people need to communicate when their ults are back up, because you don't want a situation where Zyme Senpai has to try and one-shot somebody utilizing the brilliance.
Yeah. It's also pretty nice that Fondir can now stand in front of Munster and just face tank the damage. It does give TODAK some insurance in these upcoming team fights.
The seal used, GMXK pushes 5 bodies against the mid-tier 1 and will finally pick it up. That should open up the map quite a bit for them.
Okay, in terms of...
Dolmite's up next for Fondir.
Yeah, in terms of items, Skypiercer even purchased for QT. He's got 3 items in. It's actually not that bad, except the tanks need to be the ones who purchase the Radiant Armors on top of the on top of the Blade Armor.
Oh, even got the Brilliance out too from Zyme. GMSK have some extra window to work with. This is probably their strongest point in the game. You're ahead, the 3.3k. You have tons of damage. TODAK can't engage on you unless they force a flicker or have Fondir coming from a falling star moon on the flank. So this is the best time for GMSK to try and push the envelope a little bit. Right?
Yep.
Not only force TODAK away from the map, but try and take them down and convert it into structure.
I have to agree. And how much time do they actually have? It's 36k to 32. I think in the next minute or so they need to fight prior to the Lord. I mean, within the next like 45 to like 30 seconds, right? Afterwards, once the Lord comes back up, there's going to be a very clear indication of how the teams are going to be fighting towards this Lord side of the map. And with like objectives falling left, right, and center, I'm expecting GMXK to be the ones who predetermine what the lane states look like so they can get on top of this Lord for free and they can get there first.
This is where their macro experience is going to be tested. We've already seen how teams can manipulate. Oh, hold on, they found one! Divine Judgment in Munster. Winter Crown comes out, AOG going to be used as well, and the Vengeance pop. Martins gets the taunt in on Lolil, forces him to flicker out safely.
Nice
Fondir is still holding on the front line. Traction pulls in Dreams. Fondir dropping low. MQT chases down the Kacha, gets the mega kill. Zayed going to be the next target. Double kill going over. The Skypiercer stacks really building up on this Kimmy gold.
Man, Lolia just doesn't have enough damage yet for the full kill. Not to mention the Winter Crown making all of the difference, because that would have been a 2-for-1, a 2-in-1 package for TODAK. Dreams and Zai, they did try. Zai even saved Lolia with great energy eruption on the Lancelot, but again, the damage was just not enough despite Zyme Senpai being 5-in-1 on this Lunox. So, Lord number 2 for GMXK. See if they can do some damage to the inhibitors, because the wave clip from TODAK actually is not the best.
Yeah, it really isn't the best. Even so, they found the fight that they were looking for. I said that they needed a fight within the next 30 to 40 seconds, and they found the fight that they were looking for with the combo that was intended for them. Right now, Zyme Senpai, he's not getting enough peel. Munsters is still getting on top of him, which should not be the case. Zayden as well as Fondir need to do a better job at eating the curtain calls against Munster first, because Zyme is going to be the main damage dealer because Lolios can't walk up. If he gets hit by the curtain call, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to get hit by the AOG. And we've seen how Jaja has been able to kind of slip through the cracks to get on top of his targets, and it doesn't help that IQT is so far ahead. He's like 5-1-1 so far.
We expressed doubts about this Kimmy gold lane, but so far TODAK hasn't really been given a chance to actually stop him. So MQT farming super well. Lord has crashed in top. Going to be doing a good amount of damage. Dreams comes in from behind, misses the Divine Judgment on MQT, finds Jaja, but there's no damage to follow up on it, and now Fondier is gone. Just being pelted by damage from MQT. It's a monster kill. The Lord will drop. Tower's still standing, but it will definitely fall to the next wave, and TODAK still have to try and hold this defense. Now GMXK collapsing into the mid lane. Once again, a lot of damage coming out from Zyme's standpoint, but it's not quite enough. Jaja dashing around. Tower goes down. They find an immortality. Abilities are starting to miss. TODAK actually still holding fire, but they found Loleo, the traction pulse. Locked him down. Most important target for GMXK. This could be it. Zayed gonna try and hold on for as long as possible, but MQT is legendary, and that means the rest will very soon follow TODAK. They have dropped the ball. We